Hey y'all, what's going on? My name is Jamie. Welcome to my channel. Today's video, I have got 4 brand new crockpot recipes that are keto and low carb friendly. Even if that is not the lifestyle you are living, it's okay. You can modify it to fit your lifestyle and they are delicious. If you are new to my channel and you haven't done this already, go ahead and click that red subscribe button down below. Ring the little bell for notifications so that anytime I upload a new video, you'll be the first to find out. If you have already subscribed, thank you for being here. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. Now, let's get cooking. So for this taco soup recipe, the first thing I do is take 2 pounds of ground beef with some diced up onions, and I'm just going to go ahead and take my meat grinder and then just grind it all up so it's nice and crumbly, and I'm just going to cook that until it is cooked through. Also adding 3 cloves of minced garlic. So here I'm just putting a lid on it, and then I'm just going to grab my oven mitts because this lid does get very hot, and I'm just going to go ahead and drain all the grease into a safe container and just let that sit to the side until I can toss that out. Once that is done, I remove the lid and I'm going to go ahead and add 8 ounces of diced up cream cheese. And you can let this sit on your counter and get softened first. I did not do that, so it's going to get soft while I'm going to go ahead and make my seasonings. Now for our taco seasonings, I'm adding 2 teaspoons of chili powder. Then I have 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. I'll be adding 1 teaspoon of cumin, half a teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of dried oregano, half a teaspoon of paprika, half a teaspoon of salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Have your seasonings all mixed together in your bowl, you should have your heat turned down to a low, and then you just add your seasonings to your meat mixture, and then you just keep stirring around. And like I said, the cream cheese should have gotten softened in that time, so I'm just kind of mixing it around until the seasonings and the cream cheese are well combined. Once I have that all combined, I'm just going to go ahead and transfer the meat into my slow cooker. And once I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and add some cilantro, rotel, and some beef broth and stir that until that is also well combined. So here I'm just showing you that I've used 2 different cans of rotel. This one has the lime juice and cilantro, and it's okay because this just adds to the delicious flavor of this dish. So now I'm just adding the 4 cups of beef broth. So giving it a good stir, and then I'm going to go ahead and add a half a cup of fresh cilantro chopped. Now I love cilantro, and I think it's better to use fresh cilantro rather than the dried stuff. So if you can, get some fresh cilantro and give it a good chop, and then stir it up, and then put your lid on and let it cook for 4 hours on high. This is how I have it dished up. I just put a couple of scoops in my bowl with some shredded cheese, some avocado. I just chopped up some jarred jalapenos and a dollop of sour cream. This was delicious. For the very famous Mississippi roast, I have a 1/4 cup of water to my crock pot, 3-pound roast, and I have a packet of ranch seasoning mix and a packet of au jus gravy mix. So first thing I do is I just dump my ranch all over the place. So I'm just using my fingers to kind of spread that around. I cannot believe I did that. But once I get that all taken care of, then I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle the packet of au jus over top of the ranch. And this recipe is so simple. Y'all probably have seen so many YouTubers make this recipe, and it is so good. So then I take 4 tablespoons of butter, put that over top of that. Then I have a jar of pepperoncinis. Now you can use whole pepperoncinis, but I have this slice and that works perfectly. So I just dump them all over there. Add a little juice if you want to. Then I just put the lid on top and let it cook on high for 6 hours. And let her cook. This is how it turned out in the end, and I just roasted some vegetables in the oven. I just have some broccoli, mushrooms, some radishes, and onions, and it is that simple, y'all. For this next recipe, I just have my pan on medium heat and I'm adding some avocado oil, and I've got a package of these brats, or you could use Italian sausages, whatever you happen to have on hand. And I'm just going to go ahead and cook them up in my pan. Now I took my pan off the heat because it got a little too hot for my liking, and it was sizzling and getting crazy on me. So I just put the sausages on there and then put it back on the heat. Now you're not trying to actually cook these sausages thoroughly. You're really just wanting to brown both sides really good. Here I have some homemade marinara sauce. Of course, you can buy some jarred marinara at your grocery store. I prefer to make my own. So as I said, you're not trying to cook these thoroughly. You're just browning, giving these sausages a little color on both sides. Once you have that done, you're going to go ahead and add these to your crock pot. Next, you're going to go ahead and add your red and green bell pepper that are sliced, and you would also add sliced onion on top of this, but I didn't have any at the time, so I do run to the store and I do add that later. You'll see here in just a minute. But here I'm adding some black pepper, some garlic salt, and Italian seasoning, and then I'm going to add in 1 cup of my marinara sauce. Lid to this puppy, and then I'm going to cook it on high for 4 hours. And then here in just a second, you're going to see that after about an hour, I was able to get back from the store. I sliced up my onion and I added it to there. And then I'm just kind of stirring the onions and the peppers together just to get it mixed in with the marinara sauce, not trying to disturb the sausages on the bottom, just trying to give this a good mix in. Put the lid back on and continue cooking for the rest of the 3 hours. Now you could leave it just like this and this would be perfect. But if you want to take it up a notch, after it's done cooking, you can go ahead and transfer it to a baking dish like I did. Add some mozzarella cheese and broil it in your oven for about 2 to 5 minutes. And this was so delicious. So this is right after it came out of the oven, and this is looking beautiful. And then here in just a second, watch how cheesy this is. Oh, I loved it. It was so good. The cheesier, the better. So I just garnish it with a little bit of parsley on top, and this is mine and my husband's plates. This was so good. Highly recommend. For this recipe, we're going to go ahead and start off with some chicken thighs. Got some chicken broth, some crushed red pepper, garlic powder, parsley flakes, salt, pepper. And we have some paprika, Italian seasoning, onion powder, and some minced garlic, and butter and lemon. So the first thing we're going to do in our crock pot, we're going to go ahead and put our chicken in here. All right, so in my measuring cup here, I have about a 1/3 cup of some chicken broth, and I'm going to add some lemon juice. And this is about the last lemon juice that I have. And now if I had some lemon zest, I would throw that in there as well, but I don't have a lemon, so I'm going to have to run to the store and do that, but that's going to have to be added later. So next I'm just going to take this and I'm going to pour it over my chicken like that. So to my little bowl, I'm going to go ahead and add a teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, teaspoon of the onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon of the red pepper flakes, 1/2 teaspoon of the paprika, 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, some pink salt to taste, and black pepper also to taste. So I'm actually going to go ahead and stir that up so it's well combined, and then we're going to sprinkle this over our chicken. So now we're going to add in some minced garlic. This is like 2 heaping teaspoons. And it kind of spread that out a little bit. And then I have 4 tablespoons of butter that I just go ahead and cut up a little bit more so I could get it on top of the chicken. So now we are just going to go ahead, put our lid on, and I'm going to cook this on high. If I could just plug it in first, that would be fabulous. Okay, now I should be able to put this on high for 4 hours. So there you go. I did run to the store and get some lemons, so I was able to add my lemon zest and a little extra juice so that I was not missing out. This was so flavorful. And to serve it, I just put it over a bed of rice, or you could serve it over top of cauli rice or some zoodles, something like that, to whatever you want. And then I was able to just kind of chop up the chicken with a little bit of the juice, and it was perfect. That is it for today's video. I hope that you liked it, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Also, comment down below and let me know which one of these recipes was your favorite, which one would you try. You can also follow me over on Instagram. I will leave that link down below, as well as the link to all the recipes that were in this video. Y'all have a wonderful, blessed day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!